Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, 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 hello. How are y'all? How are y'all? I'm excited about this one. This is something kind of new. How are y'all doing today? How are y'all doing? You ready to do this, Bestie?
Yes, sir. Sit on.
All right. All right.
Hi, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was trying to shout out the chat. They're both on your side and on my side, I can tell. But Miss Halima, she was the first one in. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Mr. LaPointe. Thank you, Jug. Flex promoter, maybe, I think. Our attorney, Kevin Corpening, hello, thank you for being here. My girls are in the house. Lupa and Fiend, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I hope everyone can hear me clearly. I hope so. Hi, Miss Heatherly. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Just Jay in the house, Dre. She's here. SBK.
The algorithm.
Yes, the algorithm brought her in. I jumped. Sorry, Gisela. Thank you for being here, dear. I really appreciate it. Susanna, thank you for being here. Mr. CKJ, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope everyone can hear me good. Thank you, Miss Amira. I really appreciate you being here. I really do. I'm trying to get warmed up to doing more lives. Lionel, thank you for being here. He says, biggest challenge is making sure the corner girls are clean before I get my workout. Lord, Jesus.
What in the world?
That's what he said.
Who said that?
Lionel.
Oh, Lionel? He's in there?
He said, I'm just getting the theme music and a still screen. Is anyone else hearing Joe? Oh, I don't know if they can hear me.
Oh, let me turn that.
Oh. Hey, Lupe said, what's Bestie drinking? Go ahead, tell him.
I am drinking on Bird Dog.
Something called Bird Dog. I don't know what it is. It's a whiskey? Is it a whiskey?
Yes, it is.
Thank you, Just Jay. I appreciate that.
It is Bird Dog. It is Bird Dog. So
it's a whiskey.
Yes, it is. It is. So
real quick, thank you for being here, Crooked Peach. Thank you. I just saw you in. Thank you so much. Okay, you're hearing me good. Thank you, Miss Amira. I appreciate it. Oh, Lupe said we're gonna need some tequila. See, Lupe's my prima.
That might be too. That might be a little too strong for my. Since she's a prima.
Yeah, she's a prima. Oh, DR.
Hey, DR, the Bay Area babe is in the house. Hey.
I think I got everyone.
All right. Well, look here, ladies and gentlemen, as I'm trying to guide Bestie along here, because I want her to be more comfortable on streaming live, even though she does strive, no pun intended, she does thrive on putting out videos and shorts and so forth and so on. But your boy, as you know, your boy got out of YouTube jail, and so he is monetized again.
He's fully monetized, everyone. He's fully monetized. I'm so proud of him.
We'll have a we'll speak on that later, but I want to give more exposure to those around me, and I want those, my family, Ms. Joe is my family. I want them to have more exposure as well. I want them to succeed on here. And the only way you can is just to go live, and you know what I mean? So I wanted to do this beginning of this week, and I talked to Joe about this. I wanted you guys to just basically sit in on a live, and basically Joe and I are just basically having a conversation, and I want you guys to listen in on it, and you can interject, of course. But just like Joe and I, if we're talking over the phone or we're here in person, this is just going to be a conversation to where I want you guys to learn. I usually don't do this, and I know Joe is going to interject on this. I don't really like giving advice on this, and we'll get into this. I really don't like giving advice on this, and there's several reasons why, but we'll get into all of that. But this is an exclusive that Joe and I, decided to do, and we're just going to go ahead and talk about it on here. And so, health and fitness is one of those things that her and I, we live by it. You know what I mean? I can speak for myself. I love health and fitness. It's a part of me. It's a part of my life. It's a part of my daily routine. It's a part of her life. It's a part of her daily routine. It's been a part of me ever since I was probably 11 years old. My brother and I, we owned our first weight set. My mom and dad bought our first weight set at 10, 11 years old, and all that. So we're going to get into all that. Go ahead, Bestie. Go ahead, talk.
Well, you just answered. Welcome in, Urban. Sweet Rita, thank you for being here. I truly appreciate it. Oh, I said what I said is here. I've missed her. I'm sorry. I said what I said. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Miss Rita. for letting me know. I appreciate it. Um, thank you, thank you. Well, you answered one of my first questions, um, where you were answering to the chat, but that's one of the things I wanted to ask. I wanted you to share how it first became a personal priority for you. Because I'll have to admit, it was not a personal priority for me. I didn't grow up, you know. So how was it for you that that's what you grew up on? I mean, did you have it at home? I don't know.
Well, health and fitness came about when, if everybody looked at HBO and Cinemax back 30 years ago, 40 years ago, you know what I mean? I got hooked on health and fitness whenever they were airing this show called Pumping Iron by Arnold Schwarzenegger and Lou Ferrigno. Arnold Schwarzenegger, as you know, the legendary movie star. So is Lou Ferrigno. So I started watching with my dad years and years ago on HBO and Cinemax. They had Pumping Iron. Arnold Schwarzenegger was in his 20s. He was Mr. Olympia, and I said to myself, look, that is so freaking cool. Those guys are in there pumping iron. Those guys are in there, getting it. And so I was bit. You know what I mean? I was hook, line, and sinker whenever I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger working out. I saw Lou Ferrigno and all those guys.
How old were you?
I was probably about Joe. I was probably younger. I was probably 8 or 9 years old. My brother and I, we were looking at that. I was probably 8 or 9 years old. I thought it was the coolest thing since sliced bread. You know what I mean? And so, if you remember back in the day, ladies and gentlemen, HBO and Cinemax, if you had cable, you had the little box. You had to buy, you had to buy the little box, y'all. You know what I'm saying? So you had HBO and Cinemax and so forth, so on. And so that was one of those things where I was just bit. And so that's health and fitness and that my brother as well. So that's what happened, Joe. When me and Mike, Elder Mike, were kids. Arnold, and I still watch that movie from time to time. Pumping Iron, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, all those. You know what I mean? I've been a bodybuilding fan, been a fitness fan. You know what I mean? I hate to admit it, Joe, but I used to work out with my mom in front of the television with Richard Simmons. Richard Simmons.
Don't tell nobody else that. Don't tell nobody else that.
I'm just saying, what it wasn't. He was doing exercises. I thought it was fun. Calisthenics and all that. Now, come to find out, man, all that, now him being a yag, whatever, that's neither here nor there. But Richard Simmons, and then
I remember Richard Simmons though. I remember watching him.
Yeah, and then of course, what got me, you asked the question. I'm telling you, Arnold Schwarzenegger was my hero, and then watching his movies, Conan the Barbarian. Or Carl Weathers, rest in peace, the Carl Weathers, guys like that. Watching professional wrestling, I can only relate to black men. Tony Atlas, who's a wrestler. Wrestlers were physically fit, so I was bit. I wanted to be physically fit. I wanted to be, you know what I'm saying?
I don't remember these. Heather Lee says, I love the Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, Julia Renee, and
those guys are World's Strongest Men. Yes, I watched the world. They used to be on. She brought out a good point. You can't highlight that. You can't highlight on your end. You can't highlight it. Okay. Oh. Yeah, Brian Shaw, Eddie Hall, all those guys. Yes, those guys there. Those guys are current. But I grew up when it first started in the early 80s. I looked at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm the World's Strongest Men. So I was bit back then. You know what I'm saying? So yes. So I hope I
welcome in, Mr. and Mrs. Lady. Thank you for being here.
Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Kitty.
Miss Crooked Peach said Corey Everson was a heroine of mine.
Yeah,
I did bodybuilding some back then, Joe. Oh, you did, Miss? Oh,
yes, Corey Everson. She had a show. Yes. I can't. I should have wrote all these names down. Yes, Corey Everson. I love Corey Everson. She was Miss Olympia.
really?
Lee Haney, all those guys. I became a fan of that, Joe. Lee Haney, Corey Everson, all those guys. I love those guys. I really did. You know, so that's how I got bit into that. And of course, when you go into high school, you got your physical, PE, your physical education stuff. I love it. Thank you so much, Steady Grinding, for the.
Hey, Steady Grinding.
One of my day ones right there. I appreciate you coming in, bro. Thank you. So yeah, man. I hope I answered your question, Corey Everson. I'll highlight, since you can't highlight on your end. I'll highlight those.
Yeah, I can't. Just Jay, can you drop SBK's link? Miss Amira is asking for his link.
Okay. So yeah, that's where I got started at, Joe. In the early '80s as a kid. You know what I mean? I wanted to.
Or Urban, if you can. Thank you, Urban. SBK was watching Taboo.
I couldn't get into Tabo. Thanks. I couldn't get into him, Urban. I couldn't get into him.
Hey, Alyssa. Look, my daughter-in-law's in the chat, guys.
Hey, Alyssa, how you doing? She's going back into the bushes.
No, but Alyssa says my answer to the poll is all of the above.
You want to tell them about the poll?
Oh yes, we have a poll. DR, thank you for that. For Bestie.
Thank you.
Samoan, thank you for being here. Thank you, 2 Cent Gorilla. Yes, we have a poll going on, guys. Y'all have probably noticed by now, but I didn't mention it. Sorry. I think, what's your biggest fitness challenge? Since we're talking about fitness, and that was something that I did not grow up on, so I completely understand. But what's your biggest fitness challenge? So the first one is staying consistent or finding time. SBK felt that was like one and the same kind of, right? The next one is motivation, nutrition, or not knowing where to start. And that's what's your biggest fitness challenge. So we have that on the poll. We just wanted your input. CKJ, what up? SBK,
CKJ, what's up with it, bro?
Thank you. I'm trying to get, if you didn't hear at the beginning, he's trying to get me comfortable with doing live streaming on my channel. It's not something that I normally do on my channel. And so he's trying to get me more comfortable with that. I'll jump on their panels, but I don't do it on my channel much. And so he wants me to do that, but I wanted to go ahead and interview him to do that. And that was more comfortable for me. So that's what I'm trying to do. I want to ask another question for you, though.
Go ahead. I got your. By the way, Urban, I'm gonna get back to that. We'll get back to that. Go ahead.
Well, go ahead and answer it because I don't know what it is.
Well, Urban asked, "Have y'all did insanity workouts?" Insanity workouts, bro. I have never been into insanity workouts. I admire old boy. I forget his name. Sean T. I admire him now. He's a bodybuilder now, you know, but he's more so cardio.
Isn't it?
Yeah, he's more cardio, but he does, you know, he's more active in his role. I do admire his drive, and I do admire what he has. Now dude is huge. He's jacked up. You know what I'm saying? Now he's, you know, more of a bodybuilder. But I do admire the people that get into insanity workouts, though. So yeah.
I didn't know what they were or what it meant. Gisela mentioned insanity workouts are just HIIT. They're not that special. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's insanity workouts are they were a trendy type topic a few years ago.
Oh,
You know what I mean? But now, yeah, he's kind of
oh,
down,
the P90. Oh, okay, okay.
kind of like
The
P90X.
P90.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What's going
That
on,
makes sense.
OSD? What's up, brother?
Boss Lady Denise, thank you for being here. Thank you. If you didn't catch it at the beginning, so I'm trying to go live on my channel more often, and I thought I'd start out by interviewing SBK. Let me mention one thing that most people don't know about SBK is he is actually KO. Thank you for being
What's
here.
up with it, little
That's one of
brother?
your
That's my little bro. What's going on?
what most people don't know about SBK is he is actually a certified physical trainer. He's non-practicing other than for himself. He's personal. He uses it for himself. He wears a lot of different hats, actually, but that's one of them that we wanted to talk about today. And I wanted to ask him more questions so he could help me. There's a lot of things if you know anything about my channel, anything about my journey, yeah, DR, he's actually a personal trainer. So, but like I said, he uses it for himself. And actually, let's go ahead and dive into it because, guys, he's not nice. He doesn't. He's very, very okay. Y'all don't know. He put out um, a little short the other day, and he used the song "I'm Hard to Deal With," and some of you agreed with "I'm Hard to Handle." Some of y'all agreed with it, but you don't even know the half of it, guys. He is a personal trainer, and he does. If he gives you some advice, I'm gonna tell y'all. I have some, you know, experience on this. Yes, he's stingy with his knowledge. Yes, 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 Dr. So if he gives you some advice, he's short fused and he don't play no games. If you let him know, you did not take his advice and you did the opposite. Oh, it's an East Texas thing. Is that what it is, Cam? Oh, okay. I get it.
You already know. That's my little bro right there, man. I'm proud of that dude, man.
So he gets stingy, and that's where I went wrong, guys. I just let him know I didn't take his advice. That's all you got to do. Okay. Just don't tell him. Sing the song like I taught you, anime. Yeah, he don't play no games, Lupe. He don't play no games. Okay. He has a short fuse. He don't deal with folks. Guys. He don't deal with folks. So I took advantage. He told me I could. See, he even had to give me the okay to take advantage of this. He did. He don't like his time wasted. He really don't. So I'm taking advantage. I clipped a few. I tried clipping this was my focus. I was trying to clip a few because I do some content in the gym, right? I'm recording myself really for myself, and so I can put out a little bit of content, right? But anyway, and so when I record myself and I'm trying to see how I look, if I'm doing it right or whatever. And so I made some clips. I shared them with him so he can go ahead and I want him to tell me if I'm doing something wrong. I picked a lot of them where I know I'm doing something wrong. But I want to know if I'm doing something well too. I need you to give me some positive feedback and some negative feedback. So go ahead. Let's base on this clip.
Okay, well,
whatever clip you want to start with, but he's rude.
We'll start on the
he's
clip.
Rude.
We'll start on the clips, but look.
He's gonna try to put up for himself, y'all.
Okay, she mentioned that me being a personal trainer. I got certified back in 2008. Ariana was born in 08, right? In 08. So yes. I got certified in 08. My training and so forth and so on, whatever. But don't let anybody fool you, ladies and gentlemen. There's no money. You see these little dudes in the commercial gyms, they're not making no money. You know what I'm saying? They're not making no money. There's no money in personal training unless you make it big, you have a personality, and you have a drive. So, yes, you are right, Urban. Personal trainers equal city boys. So
But
I don't.
you missed the part where he said they have a roster of women on rotation. Don't skip that part.
That ain't really true either. You know what I'm saying? Because these personal trainers are dudes or whatever that they're not making money. Okay, they're not making no money. There's no money in it at all. All right. I was encouraged to get a personal trainer's license for my daughter's mom. God bless the dead. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's mom encouraged me to do it. I did it. It was hard work. I got sent to Las Vegas to take the test, so forth and so on. And I don't see how personal trainers can do it, but I don't have. She's right. I don't have any patience with any personal trainers or anything like that. I don't have no freaking patience at all. Um, let me give you a story, okay? Since she wants to put me on blast, let me give you a story, okay? A lot of you women are so freaking hard-headed, all right? A lot of you women are so freaking hard-headed when it comes to this, when it comes to fitness, when it comes to working out. You want it your way. You want the easy way. You whine, you do all this. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be a personal trainer because of all the different attitudes and, hey, you do it this way. Well, I can't do it. Well, try. Well, I don't have to. I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't. It's just a pain. All right. So I just chose my career. I'm grateful for the career that I'm in right now. Right. So I'm grateful for the career that I'm in. I make 10 times more money than the average personal trainer. That's a fact. Okay. But I'm glad I did take the personal training, Bestie, because of the fact that it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me about what I'm passionate about, right? So the main thing why and Bestie, you need to be grateful that I'm doing this, this live, because I don't like talking about this ish, because it really drives me crazy. For example, with this one right over here,
I'm on this over here.
Well, I'm pointing them on in my direction is this one. This one over here told me, SBK, I need your advice on something. And I said, okay. My knee is hurting. My knees are hurting. Do you think that I should work out or do you think I should take a break? And I told this one over here, no, Joe, you should not work out on that. Give yourself if you're going to work out, do some light impact type exercises, but avoid your knees. All right. Now you can get on a stationary bike, warm up, do whatever. And to get some blood flowing in there, get some mobility in that, and don't put any strain on your knees if you're hurting. All right. Now, Bestie I hope she don't mind me telling. She needs knee replacements. All right, on both knees. All right. If you don't know her story, she was 500 pounds. She has a transformation story. I'm not going to go into that or whatever. But whenever you weigh that much, you're going to have a lot of wear and tear on your knees, and you're not going to have no cartilage in between. And you're going to 9 times out of 10, whenever you lose weight or whatever, you're going to have knee issues and you're going to have knee problems. So I told her to not exercise or not do anything on your knees. So she left me a message saying, you know what? I listened to so-and-so, whatever, and I'm just going to go ahead and work out. I immediately got pissed off, y'all. And I said to myself, do not ask me not one time. Don't ask me again for any advice. And you know what happened, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know what happened? She come to me complaining, leaving a message. Oh, my knees are hurting.
We in the church house. Can I speak? We in the church house.
No, I'm not finished talking. Oh, I'm hurting. Oh, I can't walk on my knees. And I said, I do not want to do not ask me again for advice. All right. And I'm dead serious now. Don't ask me for advice if you're going to do contrary to what I what you asked me to give you, right? Oh, my knee, literally crying. Oh, my knees are hurting. Oh. And I'm like, I don't want to hear this ish, Joe. I don't want. What did I tell you? You're listening to people online and you're listening to all this BS, and now you're hurting. All right, the floor is now yours, ma'am.
That was your issue, that I listened to someone else. Yes, thank you, Just Jay. I listened to someone else. That was the issue. He started out with it. I'm glad he did, because that was the issue, that I listened to someone else over him. That was his whole issue. But guys, when I tell you, I will just ask a question but let someone else ask. On it. Oh, he's on it.
We'll get into it, Urban. We're going to get into Urban. You don't understand. Whenever I've been there, I've been doing this health and fitness thing. I hate to tell for years. I'm not going to tell for years. I'm not going to say anything that's going to hurt you. But this one right here, and other people, women are the worst. I'm going to go ahead and say it. But I do not ask me for my advice, and you're going to do contrary, because what's going to happen is you're going to come back and ask me for more advice. I'm going to tell you no. You know what I mean? No, you're wasting my time, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that is one of the very reasons why I am not a personal trainer. I do not have the patience, nor do I have the wherewithal to listen to someone who's going to keep doing this. Oh, my knee. And she was literally doing this, y'all. Oh, I get my knee. Oh, and she was taking me to altar call. You know what I'm saying? What can I do? What can I do? Oh, I can't walk. I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that.
Welcome in, Alice. Thank you for being here.
I'm not trying to hear that.
I need a blessed child of God right now.
Hey, Alice, how you doing, love? Thank you. So look, if you're going to waste my time or whatever, if you want advice, you know what I mean? If you're
one time, y'all. One time.
All it takes is one time. All right.
It really does.
All it takes is one time.
I'm trying to illustrate all of this for y'all.
Lionel, you don't understand, bro. You don't understand. that right there, but that right there, that oh, CKJ, she was literally crying, bro. So look, that's the main reason why I can't be a personal trainer.
Whining is the word, not crying, for real.
She was whining. That's the main reason why I can't.
You can't stand a whiner.
I can't at all. No man, especially no man, but no woman whining and all that complaining and ish. But look here.
Okay, anyway, let's go over my clips because I'm taking advantage of this tonight, y'all.
Yeah, take it. But anyways, so
you have already.
Joe and I talked about this live, and she, if y'all go and subscribe to Thrive and Glow with Joe, she's always posting about her workouts. And we decided, she said, SBK, let's do a live. And I want you to go over some of my workout videos. I'm going to send you the workout videos. And I want you to tell me, let's go over the workout videos and let's go over it and let's see what I'm doing. And I want you to critique what I'm doing. All right. And so I said, okay, let's go ahead and do it. You know what I mean? And so let's go over it. Now she sent me some stuff on Instagram, some videos on Instagram. We're going to start from the bottom up. And but anyways, we're gonna start with this one right here. And can y'all see that?
Can y'all see it?
Okay, can y'all see it? All right, so she is doing a leg press. Right? Well, no, actually, she's not doing a leg press.
Calf raises.
She's doing calf raises. And she's doing very good, y'all. I would like for her to get a full range of motion, a better full range of motion.
Wait, you're using verbiage that I don't always understand, and maybe others wouldn't. So can you explain what a full range of motion is?
Okay, so a full range of motion, ladies and gentlemen, is basically whenever how she's pushing up right now, she's kind of stopping short whenever she's going up. Right now, she's going up. Y'all see that? When she goes down, she could go a little bit further down on coming down. All right. So she needs to let the weight, control the weight. But when she's doing those, she's working out her calf muscles. All right. This is a leg press machine, but she is doing her calf muscles. But she's doing pretty good there. But I would like for her to go a little bit when she goes up and she goes down. I would like for her to go just a little bit deeper.
Deeper right there?
Yes, like but that? Like right here. Like you're going up right there and then go down a little bit more. You see that? I like for you to go down a little bit more instead of you're stopping a little bit short. And that's what
Urban says I'm locking my knees.
Yeah, I don't like for her to lock. I don't like when you're locking your knees like that. That's pretty dangerous too. That's another point. When you're locking,
well, maybe that's why I couldn't go further because I know I couldn't go any further. So it's probably because my knees are locked.
It's not when you're locking your knees like that. You know what I mean? That causes a lot of strain. You shouldn't lock out, in my opinion. You shouldn't lock out on any exercise. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to cause some wear and tear on your joints. But on this exercise right here, Joe, you're doing really good. But I don't think he brought out another point about locking your knees. So the next time you do these, basically kind of arch your knees just a little bit so you don't cause any wear and tear on your knees, and go down just a little bit. Let that weight guide that weight all the way down just a little bit further so you can get a full range of motion. Full range of motion is basically, to answer your question, a full range of motion is basically you're doing a full rep. You're doing a full rep. You're not doing half reps. You're not, you know what I'm saying? You're going all the way up. You went up, but go all the way down. All right. So that's but all in all, you're doing very well on that. You did very well on that. All right.
Okay.
All right. So let's go to your next exercise. So those were calf raises that Joe did on a leg press machine. Now this right here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Joe is really tearing it up here. She's doing cardio here, doing the what do you call it, Joe? That's the
row machine.
The row machine. The row machine.
I really like it because it really helps my knees, right? And then I'm using the arms at the same time. So I really like it.
Right. Well, hey, Derek, what's going on, bro? There's a family there, Derek. Now, this is a cardio exercise, but it's basically it's a full body exercise. And she's getting it there. I don't see anything wrong with that, but again, Joe, you got to watch out with locking out your knees when you come in and you go out.
Oh, really?
You need to watch out by locking your knees like that. That can be, you can really put some, but I mean, you're doing well. You're doing very well on that.
Urban said I'm mad at the row machine.
Oh, hey, Urban, I got some pictures, bro. Urban, you ain't seen nothing yet. I got some pictures. All right, well, this is a good cardio.
Oh, wait, what Lionel said.
What did Lionel say? Where's Lionel? I bet Joe got that.
He's so bad, but I really do. But not like that, Lionel.
I'm not fist to deal with you, Lionel. Alice was wrong with these dudes. All right, so, but I would really suggest any beginner, this exercise that she's doing is a good warm-up exercise. It's a good full body warm-up exercise. What she's doing, she's using arms, she's using back, she's using legs. She's like I said before, if you guys didn't hear me, Joe in the near future is going to need some knee replacement. But this is a good warm-up for you guys whenever you are first getting in the gym. This is a good warm-up. You know what I mean? And I've known Joe for years now, and this is one of her go-to warm up exercises or cardio exercise, however you want to. It's a cardio machine, but she uses this machine to warm up her body, her whole body. You know, not just her, well, for her primarily for her knees, but it's a good exercise to warm up on whenever you get started. So very good on that, Joe. Just remember to not lock out. Keep your knees protected. All right. So all right, let's go to the next exercise. All right. Now, Joe, right here is working out her rear delts. Can anybody in the chat tell me where your rear delts are? Anybody in the chat? Anybody in the chat?
It's what I'm gonna build up.
Anybody in the chat can tell me what your rear deltoids? Where are those at? It's kind of self-explanatory. I didn't mean to cut that off. Joe, what is the rear delts? What are you doing here?
Right here. I'm building this muscle right here.
You building what muscle? Where?
Right here.
Hold on, just a second. I didn't mean to.
You can't see me?
Hold on, I can see you. Hold on just a second.
And my shoulders. So right here, back to here. This is the rear delts. I'm gonna have some traps. I'm gonna be a thirst trap like you.
Your rear delts are also called your posterior deltoids. Your deltoids are your shoulder muscles. You got your front deltoids, you got your medial deltoids, and you got the back. So what she's doing is she is working out her back shoulder, her posterior shoulder. All right. And I would like right there. What I would like for you to do, Joe, next time, I need you to slow down on these exercises. Looks like you're running. This is not a marathon. All right. I want you to slow down. All right. I want you to slow down and
obviously the weight was too light.
Yeah, but I need you. Yeah, but still, I need you to slow down on the exercises because you need to get in tune with what us old school bodybuilders and weightlifters call mind to muscle connection. You need to slow it down, pay attention to what you're doing. All right, you're kind of slowing down now, but in the beginning, you're like, you know what I'm saying? I need you to slow it down, but all in all, your form is great. All in all, your form is great. You look great. You know what I mean? You're slowing it down towards the end, but when you first started going, I'm like, Jesus, slow it down, young lady, slow it down. But this is working your shoulder muscles, ladies and gentlemen. This is working.
And just letting you know, because I don't know if I've told you, but I always do 12 reps of 4. 12 reps of 4. Yes. And then what I do, DR mentioned that. I do 12. I'll do like 10, 12, or 15 or 16, but I change up my weight. So I'm not doing that in my video, but I'll start out like say at a 20 pound or 20. I don't know what you call it. Anyway, so I'll start out lower, reps. 20, and then I'll do one set of 12 or say 12, right? And then I'll change it to 30 and I'll do the next set. And then I change it to 40. Is that a good thing to do, SBK?
I think you should. I think basically in any extra, you got to go by feel. You know what I mean? If it's too easy, then you need to up the weight. All right.
Okay.
I always, if you're trying to get stronger, then you need to.
That's what I was going to tell you. I haven't finished. I didn't tell you. But what my goal is, my shoulders, my traps. I want to be the thirst trap like you. I want my traps. I want my shoulders. I want to be, y'all. I don't know if y'all ever watch my Instagram. If y'all are on my Instagram, every time I get on Instagram and I'll do this, but I don't want to flex. I want to be cut like that, like my sis E. she got cuts like this, and she don't have to flex her arm. So that's my goal. That's my goal. I want to be like that. Like, do your arm. Look, you see his arms? You see his muscle? He's not flexing. He's just there. He gets on my nerves.
Look, are you listening, Queen to Queen? Queen to Queen, the next time you work out, are you listening? I I don't like talking about this stuff because y'all don't listen. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Especially y'all women, y'all don't listen. Yes, yes. Urban says working out is like sex. You got to go slow stroke them. ah,
you're so
shit.
nasty, Urban.
But anyway, but in this exercise right here, ladies and gentlemen, she's doing pretty good. But I want her to slow down just a tad bit. I just want her to slow down just a tad bit. Um,
Okay.
all right. Okay, now we got. She's at the
No,
chest.
actually, Alyssa, I actually have always been told to start lighter, go heavy, and then go back to the light.
Well, it just depends,
Well, she
Alyssa.
said, does that matter? Answer
It
that.
just depends, Alyssa. That's a good question. She says, I always thought you start heavy and go lighter. Does that matter? It does. It just depends. When you start heavy, all right, when you're going heavy, you're trying to build muscle. All right. When you go every time you put muscle on or you put heavier weight on, that is taxing your body. That is taxing your muscles. That's causing your muscles to react. That's causing your muscles to um, it's causing you to be stronger. It's causing your muscles to get stronger, bigger, whatever, right? To get the most out of your body, right? To get the most out of your workout, to get the most intensity. Then when you start lighting, I'm using bad grammar, y'all. Whenever you take the weight and you make it go lighter, right? Um, it's it adds more intensity, but you get more out of the workout. You're burning more. You know what I'm saying? It burns, as you call it, get that burn more. You're getting more out of that workout. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that is true. It does matter. You know what I'm saying? But if you're wanting to be stronger, ladies and gentlemen, if you wanted to get stronger, if you want to build muscle, you gotta get heavier. You gotta challenge yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But Alyssa was saying, you know how I said I start light and I work up to heavy and then
Right.
I go to light. She said she starts heavy and goes
That's
down to light.
that's what I just said. You know, you start heavy, but whenever you're going lighter, that's cause you make sure when you're going lighter that you're challenging yourself. All right, do some burnout sets. When I say burnout sets, go lighter till you can't go anymore. You know, what's going on, bro? Jimbo's in the house.
Hey, Jimbo.
All right, I said what I said.
Thank you for being here.
There. So Lionel says he starts heavy, go light, then finish heavy. You know, there's
Oh,
different ways you go about
I've
it.
never gone that way. I think, I don't know. I'll try that though. I think the reason I would start out light is because I'm very weak. So I want to warm up my muscle, by starting light and then I work it up. I think that's just me.
Right, right. I mean, it just depends on uh, what you want to get out of the workout. You know, what I mean, if you're trying to get more, if you're trying to build up a lazy body part, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Mm.
All right, where I got that. So we got. All right, Joe is doing another row exercise with a apparatus for rowing for the back,
That's
and
another body part that I try to build, my back.
she is um, got a pretty decent form, but uh, I would like for her to basically stick her chest out. so I'm not trying to be funny,
For
y'all.
real?
I'm being serious.
No,
Whenever
I know
you,
you are. Why?
I'm being very serious. Whenever you stick your chest out, you're basically. I want you guys, you ladies, you guys, if you're listening at home, what she's doing, she's bringing that apparatus that that bar apparatus and she's pulling it towards her, when you like you're flexing, whenever you're putting your chest out, you're basically you're flexing your back muscles, and that's exactly what she's working on, right? So whenever
Mhm.
what she's doing, what I would like for you to do next time, Joe, I want you to stick your chest out like you're showing your. I'm not trying to be funny, you know what I mean, but
I know you're not,
like you're showing your breasts, you know, but you're
which I
at
don't do, and my girls never see them. So okay.
so you're well, that's what you're doing. I want you to insinuate, as we call it. You insinuate that exercise as you're bringing that apparatus to your midsection. Because
Okay.
I guarantee you, whenever you insinuate sticking your chest out, when you stick your chest out, I want you guys to try it at the house. Ladies, I know you guys are not. You like ladies, stick your chest out. Do it just like this. And when
Oh,
you're
I can
doing that,
feel the flex more in the back.
exactly.
Okay.
That's what that exercise is doing. All right. That is a back exercise. You ladies want to
So you
get
could
rid
have
of
told me this a long time ago, Bestie. You could have told me this a long time ago.
you ladies want to
Y'all
get
see
rid of
how he is? Y'all see how he is?
you ladies want to get rid of the wrinkles and the love handles in your back. This exercise that she's doing right here will help out with that.
What wrinkles in the back? Oh, love handles. Oh, okay,
The
okay.
love handles, I'm just saying. Stick, whenever you I'm being serious, Urban. You know, whenever you do this is science, Urban. This is science. That's what I was just about to say. Stick that chest out. So when you do that, I'm telling you, you guys try it at the house. Try it right
Queen
now.
to queen, try it. Queen, like if you do that and you press out, you
You're
you
pulling
arch
the
your
weight.
back,
As you're
you can
pulling
feel
that
it
weight
better in the
towards you,
back.
when you're pulling that weight towards you, Queen to Queen, that's a great question. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are pulling that weight towards you, insinuate sticking out your chest because it's going to cause you to pull your elbows inside.
Oh,
To
and you
cause
can
your
feel
back
it,
to
man.
flex.
I mean, just sitting here, I can feel it.
Look, ladies
I
and gentlemen,
ain't hard-headed, Urban.
I want to show you guys something, okay? I'm not look, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a perfect guy, you know what I mean?
At
But I've
all.
been doing this for a long time. Um, I'm definitely not a perfect guy, but I want to show you guys something right quick. I on purpose uh I I want you guys to. Did I even send it? Did I send it? I don't think I
You
did.
did. You did. Go down because you're gonna show my pictures.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that back right there is that's a lot of hard work, a lot of heavy weight, um, a lot of blood.
Lupus said thank you.
Thank
She
you,
said
thank you,
thank you for sharing your knowledge.
thank you, Looping. You're an inspiration as well. Thank you so much. I see you. I see you on Instagram. But this right here was taken a few months ago. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying. I just want you guys to just see um, um, my back here.
He works on his waist.
So all of this right here, and when you go down right here, um, that's a lot of heavy weight. That's a lot of deadlifts. That's a lot of I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of standing military presses, a lot of heavy weight, thousands of poundages. You know what I'm saying? I think my very best, one of my very best deadlifts, about 650. Um,
Huh?
T-bar, if you count T-bar rows, a lot of heavy weight there. You know what I'm saying? So um, that this is not overnight. You know what I mean? But that's a lot of muscle on a 6 foot frame. You know what I mean? I'm not a professional or anything like that. You know what I mean? But this is just something I just love to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I don't know everything, ladies and gentlemen, but I do know that you have to put in time. You have to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? You have to put in the time. You have to put in the work. And we'll go over some more videos. You got some. We'll go over some more of your videos in a little minute. But this right here, ladies and gentlemen,
That's goals, y'all. That's goals.
Anyways,
I got the waist, but I don't got the bag. Hey, go look at my pull down. You can see my back. Y'all are gonna see my back. It's nothing like his, but I'm getting there, y'all. I'm getting there. I had to take off my shirt in the gym so I could get this shot. Oh, I had a what do you call it? I had a sports bra on, but I don't normally get down like that in the gym. But just for the picture, I did it. Go down. No, down. Baba. Like that, right there. Yes.
Okay, well she's doing
pull down.
She's at a pull down station, and once again, she's going too fast. Her hand positioning is good, but she's going too fast, ladies and gentlemen. Slow it down, Joe.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you, I had wait.
Before you start going Speedy Gonzalez. Y'all see how she's talking? But I have y'all. What I would like for you to do, Joe, slow it down and kind of tilt your body. As you're pulling the weight down, you need to kind of like go with the flow, as I should say. Kind of as you're pulling it down, kind of lean back a little, just a
lean bit. Back.
Just lean back just a slight bit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just lean back just a slight bit. So what you got to say?
No, when I posted on Instagram, one of your meathead friends, he said that it looked like my chin was too low.
Yeah, he's
right. Go look again. He said that I needed that probably when I arch back. Yeah, probably when I arch back, it'll go up like that because it wasn't really down. But I think when I arch back, it'll bring up my chin. Okay, I got you. I'm with you. I'm picturing.
All right, we'll go over some more pictures later. But what's up? So basically, ladies and gentlemen, again, I do not like giving advice to people. I don't, because people don't listen. But I'm doing this, and I agreed to Joe we'll start doing more of these. You know what I mean? We'll start doing more of these. We'll start doing these. We'll try to do these more often. All right. Jimbo, your sis over here is a hard-headed, you know what. You know what I'm saying? Barry. All right. Barry, you need a trainer, DR. Just lean back. That's exactly. Her form, all she needed to do was just lean back slightly, just a bit, and slow it down.
I think that'll bring up my chin, like he said, because he told me that he couldn't tell because it wasn't from the side, right? So, but he thought that my chin was too low. But I think if I arch back, it'll bring up my chin.
Well, basically, what he's saying is that when your head is down or up, your body is going to follow your head.
Gotcha.
If your chin is down, you're not going to do, you know what I'm saying? So you got to keep your head, your chin, your head, you got to keep your head up. You know what I'm saying? Right. You got to stay focused. You know what I mean? So he is right, because wherever your head goes, your body is going to follow. So basically, keep your posture up. All right. So he is right. He is right. Thank you, Alice. Thank you.
I want to ask you something. So pretty much everything that I had, you pretty much answered. But I do want to ask you something. Can you talk more about connection between mental health and physical training? CKJ talked about diet is more important than diet.
Diet is more important
than working out.
He's right. It's right. A lot of people are missing that. It's what you can work out all day, all night. But if you don't have your food intake right, then your body's gonna look like crap.
One thing I know I've learned from you, one of the things I know I've learned from you is I have to eat if I'm training. If you're training and you're going to the gym and you're actually working out, you have to eat. I feel I've gone to the gym and I feel like so debilitated because I don't have any food in me. And I know a lot of people do fasted cardio or whatever, but if you're actually training, I'm trying to build muscle. And so one thing you've taught me, like I told you one day, you said, did you carb up, before you went to the gym, because you want to build that muscle. So I want you to talk about diet and mental health and physical training and all of that together.
All right,
the connection.
Let's get into the mental health and mental health aspect of it. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot tell you how physical fitness and working out has contributed to me mentally. All right. Working out and physical fitness and the whole lifestyle has helped me through a lot of deaths in the family, a lot of loss of life. It has helped me with anger. It has helped me with depression. It has helped me with every single detail um, in life. You know what I mean? And so, whereas a lot of young people and a lot of not just young people, a lot of people have turned to drugs, have turned to alcohol, have turned to sex, have turned to just abusing their bodies, hurting other people, violence. I have subscribed to working out. So I cannot tell you the amount of, I owe my life. I owe my life. I owe my well-being. I owe who I am today to what we're talking about right now. You know what I mean? Because just think about it, ladies and gentlemen. When you get your body in tuned with, you get your body and your mind in tune when you're in the gym, you get focus. It's going to translate into your daily life. All right. You're focusing on one thing at a time, right? So that's what you should be doing regardless. You should be focusing on one problem at a time, one issue at a time, one person at a time. You know what I mean? And so that's what's helped me. Mental health. We've talked about this on my show, and it's funny that you bring this out, Joe. Great question. Mental health you got to find your niche, ladies and gentlemen. You got to find something that
interests you.
Yes, that's what interests you, but constructive. You know what I mean? Work on yourself. We always talk about, on all of my shows, whether it's yours, mine, it's just whoever, we talk about relationships and stuff like that. But if you can't work on yourself, if you can't improve yourself, you can't help other people. You know what I mean? So you have got to get
Stay
yourself
single.
Right. You got to get yourself physically right in order for you to be right for other people. You know what I mean? So mental health and working out is just goes hand in hand with me. You know what I mean? Ladies and gentlemen, I can't tell you. Whenever I'm in the gym, I love it. It's not work to me. It's not work. A lot of people, that's hard work. Yes, it's hard work, but I feel my best, and I feel at home going to the gym. Whether when we were locked down for COVID, I was here at my house working out in my garage. That was the best. Those are one of the best times ever. You know what I'm saying? Everything was locked down. I was at the house working out. You know what I mean? Even though I had to work, everything here in Texas was kind of somewhat wide open, but a lot of things were closed down. But the gyms were closed down, but those were some great times. You know what I mean? Because I was in tune with my mind and I was in tune with my body. So anybody that's struggling with mental health, you're struggling with depression. Uh, I dare say someone who's listening to me right now, if you have alcohol abuse, drug abuse, sex abuse, any type of issues that's causing you to do damage to yourself or to other people, get in tune with your body. You know what I'm saying? So I hope I answered your question, Bessie.
And see, it's really hard to tell somebody that when you didn't grow up that way or you were overweight. I mean, I was always overweight, y'all, since I was little. So it's easier said than done, especially if you grew up, with fitness, right? But I have personally, and I'm going to tell you what I have done. I have a son that's 17 years old. And the way I teach him, I know what I grew up and I was always overweight, right? People told me, Joe, don't eat that or don't eat too much of that. They never explained it to me why or what. And you guys know, I know, when somebody tells you not to do it, you're going to do the opposite. Hence what my bestie's telling y'all. I'm I'm very stubborn. I got to learn on my own a lot of times. So, and that's the way we naturally are as humans. But what I've always told my son, I want you to find something that interests you, that you like doing, that you enjoy doing. So, guys, my son, we bought our kids those VRs, those MetaQuest VRs or whatever. Is that what it's called? Um, and he gets on that thing and he does boxing games. And he says that, thank you, Queen to Queen. He does the boxing game, and he says that on that virtual reality thing, that's what a VR is, virtual reality. And it tells you how many calories you've burned. There's something called some kind of blade game, and you're moving your arms. My son comes out of that room sweating up a storm. And so I've learned I've told him at one time, I would tell him, hey, 30 minutes a day, but he would do it longer because he enjoys it. He's playing games with his VR, but it's a very active game. I know y'all remember the Wii game. They started out with those, but anything that you can do that you enjoy doing, I have learned to enjoy the gym because I saw, once you see results, y'all, once you see the results, you want to do it more, whatever you're doing. Like my friends, Lupe, she has this thing and she enjoys doing what she does, and it keeps her active. If you like going outside and doing outside, y'all, I'm in Texas. It's hot. I don't like it. I don't like it. But whatever you enjoy doing and you want to do it more, as long as you're moving. As long as you're moving, I've seen firsthand when you stop moving, you stiffen up, your joints stiffen up, and you gotta just move. You gotta keep moving. Whatever you do, whatever you enjoy to do. Thank you, Miss Alice. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. But so I just wanted to mention that because, like he says, yes, and it's mental. It really helps. Like, he knows I use it to really release. I used it once upon a time. I would go to the gym. I would just cry. I was going through some bit, I would go cry on the freaking treadmill. So, yes, I agree. I just wanted to mention that because not everybody is fit like that or
Right.
grew up with it. If you don't use it, you lose it. Yes, sir. Exactly. Yes, your walks are good, Lupe. She goes for walks and you enjoy that outdoor. Thank you for being here, yes, Evangelist Melvina. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Miss V. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So I want to ask Yes, praise the Lord to everyone who is listening and watching. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Evangelist. I appreciate you. Um, what's your advice for someone who wants to get stronger but doesn't know where to start?
You gotta start somewhere. Just go. Uh, get grab every. If you don't know where to start, ask someone who's successful. Now, look, I would not take my stock in some of these folks on television, these folks on social media, because a lot of these folks are scammers, and a lot of these folks they don't know what you're talking about. So you have to do your research. Go to someone who is proven, someone you know. Um, don't be afraid to ask for help. Someone who's successful knows. Do your research. You know what I'm saying? Do your research. Google should be your best friend. You know what I mean? Um, so if you don't know where to start, everybody started somewhere. Everybody did. So you're gonna have to, swallow your pride. Don't be scared. Um, I think the greatest joy for me, one of the greatest joys for me, is for someone in the gym to come to me and like, sir, can I ask you a question? Can you show me how to use this exercise? Or sir, um, I'm trying to work on such and such, such and such. Can you give me some advice as to I don't mind helping a person like that. You know what I mean? So you can't be afraid to ask. Number one. Number two, you got to do your research. You know what I mean? Not every exercise is going to work for you, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? It might work for the other person, but you're going to have to pick out specific things that work for you. Just because it's popular doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. Just because everybody else is doing it, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So excuse me.
Exactly.
Everybody
Like
has.
I can't do just something everybody else does because of my knees,
Yeah, you know what I mean. Um, Now Joe likes to do these glute bridges. Everybody you see on. Let me pull it up, ladies and gentlemen. Every Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. Joe likes to do these glute bridges. Let me see if I can find it
Y'all
on.
tell me if y'all know why.
Um, I am. Oh, not that. Joe likes to do these glute bridges. Let me see if I can find it. Where are they? Right here. Look, man. How many times have you saw on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, have you seen this exercise right here, ladies and gentlemen? All right. I'm not a fan of this exercise for women, but to me, it's overrated. You know what I mean? But, ladies and gentlemen, this exercise did not exist 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago. You know what I mean?
Really?
Absolutely not. This exercise started getting popular in the last 5 years. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yes. I'm not everybody thinks that ladies, all the ladies think that you're going to build a good old, nice old juicy booty by doing these things here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this because you can get a lot. You can build up your glutes. You can build up your booty by doing other exercises. You know what I'm saying? But the majority of women do this exercise because you see it advertised on social media. All right. Just
I
because
need
people
it heavier.
just because people do this exercise does not mean it's going to work for you, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? Now Joe is doing this exercise. I think personally you can get more out of squats. You could do more out of. You could get more out of doing.
My
Uh,
knees.
I understand. You know what I mean, but you could get more out of getting. That you don't have to put a lot of stress on your knees by doing other exercise. But I'm not a fan of this exercise. But I just showed this to y'all because the average lady are do they're doing this exercise because you see it on television. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're doing it on television, ladies, does not mean it's going to work for you. All right, that's all I got. There you go.
Lunges really hurt my knees too.
But you
I
don't.
really honestly.
But you don't. But the thing about lunges is that you don't have to go all the way down. You know what I mean? You don't have to go ass to grass, so to speak. You don't have to, you know, as long as the exercise is working the muscle needed. You know what I mean? You don't have to. Sometimes I say full range of motion. Sometimes you don't need a full range of motion on certain exercises. You know what I mean? But that exercise like that, I cannot stand when women do that. I think they do it to sexualize things. It's just my opinion. But just because that exercise is popular does not mean that it works. Jesus says, not because it's on social media, it does help if you go slow and control and full range of motion. It's more for the top shelf. There you go. She's absolutely.
I honestly agree. I mean, I honestly believe it's helped my top shelf. That is something that I've been trying to work on. Oh, see, DR is asking a question.
She's asking a question?
Yeah, right there. No weights or very light?
I think both has its place. I think both
For
has
lunges?
its place, DR. You have to be instinctive. All right. Everybody has to be instinctive. Okay. If you are using no weights and you're getting results, stick with it. If you are stalling on your results, then add weight. Right? If you need a challenge and you haven't been using weights in the past and you need more, then use the weights. You know what I mean? You have to be more instinctive. You know what I mean? Be instinctive. You know what I mean? You got to challenge yourself. If you can't challenge yourself or whatever, then you're never going to grow. If you're going to stay, if it's easy, then it's not, then you're not challenging yourself. All right? So that's a good question. Great question.
I was saying with lunges, if trouble with knees. Oh, not to use weight. Oh, okay. I'm with you. Honestly, everything I do, I'm doing because of the knees. I'm always trying to work around the knees because I don't want it to keep me from continuing to, work out. So that's what I do. Not because it's popular, Mr.
Okay. All right. What you got?
Okay, so I have some questions that are going to get a little bit more intrusive. So you tell me if you want to go there.
All right.
So you've worn you've worn many hats in your career, like we mentioned, and we, let people know that you are a physical trainer also. There's other hats that you wear in your professional career that you do. And so you have a lot of different things. And I know a lot of people know you've been very busy since the end of last year. You're very busy in your personal life and your career. So how do you prioritize your health and wellness while juggling all of those hats? Either you're a leader in your career, you're a business owner, you're even a professional, model. So how do you prioritize your health and wellness while juggling all of that?
Well, that's the key word right there. Prioritize. First things first. With me personally, to answer your question, Joe Bestie, there are a lot of people my age, around my age, that say, "Man, I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time to work out. Where do I find the time?" You make the time for things that are important in your life. All right. Everybody makes time to go to work. They make time to eat. They make time a lot of people make time to go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? A lot of people make time to go out with friends, to go out and party. They make time for all family events, but they do not make time for themselves when it comes to health. So with me, first thing is first. I love to train. I love to work out, but I have to prioritize it. And if that means getting up at 4 in the morning, I'll do it. If it means getting up at 5 in the morning, I'm going to do it. And as you know, Joe, I think that for me, whenever I work out at the first thing in the morning, that just carries on through my whole day. It basically, it's if I work out first thing in the morning, whether it's 4 or 5 in the morning, which I still do to this day, my day is going to be a success. It's going to be productive because I've started my day off with something that not only that I love, but I want to do. So in order for me, we talked about mental health. In order for me to be mentally and to be physically where I need to be, I need to prioritize what is important. And so majority of people, Joe, that went to school with me and are same age with me, they look like old men. They do. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to make fun of them. But as you know, I got a dear friend of mine. One of he's like family. As you know, I'm not gonna call his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Last year and this year, he nearly keeled over. You know what I mean? And so he collapsed, and he's had stents put in his heart and so forth and so on. When he contracted COVID-19, C-19, his whole way of life changed. You know what I'm saying? And so because of that, he's got to take medicine for the rest of his life. He's got to, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think, I'm knocking on wood. I thank goodness that, what the pandemic has taught me is what you're talking about right now. Prioritizing what needs to be important to you. You know what I'm saying? So, working out, eating and drinking what you need to put in your body, the right supplements. I want to be here for my daughter. I want to be here for my loved ones. So that's my daughter, the one that's in the room in here playing video games right now. That is the main reason why I want to be here on this earth as long as I can, because I want to see her grow. I want to help her out as much as I can. So I want to be physically fit. These little skeezers, teachers that she has, that's asking her, how is your dad? Is your dad drives that nice car? Is your dad single? He looks to be young. Now, I don't work out to do all that, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I train and I do what I need to do to be here as long as I can for her, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how I prioritize. I got in the back of my mind what needs to be first things first, you know what I mean? What needs to be at the forefront of my life. So I hope I answer your question on that.
Yes, sir. I will, and you always answer all the questions that I have. So many people think they're too busy to take care of themselves. What would you say to someone who feels like there's just no time for wellness?
What first things first? What's important to you? You know what I mean?
Right.
I bet you don't have time to be in the hospital.
Right.
I bet
it costs much more money.
I bet, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to put a burden on your family to bury you. All right. So what's first things first? Yes, the RD skeezers, they be asking her, and she be coming to the car saying, Dad, Miss so-and-so asked, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, these skeezers are trying to go through my daughter to, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's real talk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
No
but
lie.
yes, you make the time. You make the time. What you make time to what's important to you. So
Do you believe that your focus on health and wellness or health and your mindset has influenced your success in business and leadership?
absolutely,
How?
I, because as I talked about focus, as I talk about focus and your work your work ethic, going into things with your mindset, whatever. I credit myself, the company that I work for. For example, Joe, I didn't tell you this, but my dear friend Ronald, uh, he's listening to me right now. My dear friend Ronald, um, shout out to you, bro. One love to you. My dear friend Ronald told me yesterday. He said, "SBK, I think that you're the very best at what you do. You're the very best at, from what I see, you're the very best at what you do. There's no one, you come second to none. You're the very best. You don't have anything to prove, but you're the very best at what you do. All right." So I didn't say that. Mr. Ronald said that. All right. And whenever I go into work and I'm working my 9 to 5, if you want to call it, um, I go in with the mindset as I do everything with a purpose, and you never know who's watching you. You never know who's watching you, and you never know when your work is going to be broadcast. You never know when your work is going to be uh, put on the big screen for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So every day I go into work, I have the mindset of you're going to set the standard, dude, because you're the best. That's not that's not being conceited. That's just a mindset that anybody, if you're very confident in your abilities, you should be confident in your abilities and say, "Hey, I'm the best." So with bringing working out, fitness, translating that into real life, that's what everybody should do. You know what I'm saying? You should translate that into real life. Go in and bust your you know what. You know what I'm saying? Give it all you got because you want results, right? You want your body to yield the results that you've been put in over a period of time, right? So that's the same thing with your personal business. You know what I mean? With your life, with your business. You know what I'm saying? You work hard for what you do. Nobody's going to give you anything. You know what I mean? You're going to have to work hard for it, and when you work hard for anything that you do, you're going to yield those results in the end. You
Results.
might not see it
Right.
now. You might not see it now, but you will yield fruit in the end. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I go. Yes, personally, that's what I've learned. You know what I'm saying?
That brings me, it just reminded me of something my dad used to always tell me.
Mm-hmm.
My dad used to always tell me, when I was big and I was trying to lose weight, right? I was in that process. And and I think this could help a lot of us where you don't see results, just like he said, you don't see results right away or not even overnight. But my dad always reminded me, you didn't put that weight on overnight. You didn't put it on overnight, so you're not going to take it off overnight. And
Right.
it takes a process. And one thing that I just want to give advice that it just came to mind. One thing that you should always do, especially if you're, any change, any transformation you're trying to do, like build I take pictures all the time for myself, because the best way, and even I know you do this, Bestie, he takes pictures, but because he puts them side to side to see the results that he's had. Just like that back picture, he has many others that he'll put side to side to see the results that he's been changing, he's been improving, or not improving, right? Whatever changes you're making, you know? And so always take your personal pictures so you can see your results also, because it doesn't happen overnight, but you won't even notice it once it does happen unless you take those things. Would you agree?
I totally agree. You want to look at your poll? Look at the poll there.
Oh, have you seen it? I mean, I don't know where to see it.
It says here, I haven't voted yet, so let me go ahead and vote. What's your
Hello.
biggest what's your biggest fitness
challenge?
Mm-hmm. And the questions are, what's your biggest? The question is again, what's your biggest fitness challenge? Staying motivated, finding the time, motivation, nutrition, or not knowing where to start. So 42% so far saying staying consistent, finding the time. 38% motivation. Nutrition is 18%, and not knowing where to start is at an 8%. You know what I mean? So yeah, there you go.
Okay. So did you want to show more clips?
All right.
But let me ask you, what's your favorite workout and least favorite workout? What's your favorite and what's your least favorite? I want to know that.
My favorite workout is to work out legs. I love my leg. I love to work out legs.
Are you serious?
I'm being dead serious.
And he doesn't work that out very often, y'all.
Well, I can't.
Well, he doesn't have to.
I can't work them out, or I wouldn't be able to fit in my pants. It's I wouldn't be able to fit in my pants. I wouldn't get my jeans.
Gets on my nerves.
I wouldn't be able to put jeans on. I just love to work out legs. Those are the fastest. My legs have always been a strong point. I can't work out legs every week like everybody else does. I just can't do that. You know what I mean?
What's your least favorite?
My least favorite workout is to work out probably my biceps. And that is my weakest part. I don't like working out biceps. What's up, Diesel? Hey. What's up, bro?
I talked about you earlier, Diesel. I just didn't tell them I was talking about you.
After leg day, fam, got to get some sleep. All right, brother. All right. So
thank you for stopping by.
So my least favorite workout is working out arms. I don't like working out arms.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like working out arms. I really don't.
Do you believe in cheat days?
I do. You know, if you're strict on your diet, then you're doing really well. And you want to cheat and eat you some pizza or go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and do it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Thank you for being here, Hassan.
Hey, Hassan, what's going on, brother? As long as you don't go overboard, but that just changes up the monotony of things. You know what I mean? So
right. Because I can tell, like, if it just kind of makes you feel like, oh, I can't have nothing, and it makes you not hate it. You know what I mean?
Right. You gotta, mentally, you got to give yourself rewards. Hey, if you want to, give pizza, or you want to, whatever, give yourself that, give yourself that time to cheat. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't take advantage of the fact that, you do it all the time. You know what I mean? So I don't have there's nothing wrong with that. So
I have one last question for you.
All right.
If you could give one golden rule to anyone in the gym, what would it be? One golden rule, something that that'll help them or not help, whatever golden rule for the gym. What would it be?
That's a hard one, but I thought I'm gonna think about that right there. The golden rule would be, don't be. I don't want to cuss, so I'm not going to cuss, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. This goes all across the board, Joe. How many times have you seen some of these bodybuilding dudes just either bully you or bully a station? You know what I mean? They hog a station or hog an area. How many times have you seen a woman wear some outlandish stuff and they want attention? How many times have you gone into a gym and you saw young people? Hold on just a second, y'all.
He ain't lying, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. I was in the gym once, and this guy he was deadlifting. He was deadlifting, and I mean, my thing is, if you can't lift it and you gotta drop it really hard, then don't lift it, okay? But my gym is upstairs. We're on the second floor, so if you're working out during the day, there's signs everywhere not to be dropping your weight, during certain hours because people are downstairs. There's businesses downstairs. And this guy was deadlifting and he just dropping it. At the time, I was literally on the stationary bike, y'all. I'm just on the bike and I kept hearing it. And I turned around and I said, really?
So, I mean, just, if you want to talk about a golden rule, a universal golden rule, just don't be a jerk, man. You know what I mean? A lot of if you're going to film yourself or whatever, look, I'm not a fan. Joe will tell you, I'm not a fan of filming myself in the gym. I never have been a fan of that. If I do it, it's not going to be that many people in the gym. I'm going to be the only person in the gym to do it. But don't be a jerk about it. You know what I mean? Ladies are the world's worst. And I'm saying it. Women are the world's worst at being jerks in the gym. All right. They wear these skimpy freaking clothes in the gym and they wear it on purpose, but they play victim whenever guys are gawking at them and so forth and so on. That is just so lame. You know what I mean? Now, look, I don't pay attention to none of these chicks. You know what I mean? I don't pay attention. I as God is my witness, I don't pay attention. None of these chicks in the gym wearing all that stuff. I come in focused, right? So because I come in focused, I come there to work. All right. I come in to work and I'm there at the gym for a purpose. All right. So I'm there on purpose, so I'm there to work. So don't be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. All right. I'm going to before we end this thing, I'm going to we're gonna give a couple commercial breaks, and we'll be right back. I want to say shout out to everybody, man, for coming through and helping us out. I'm gonna give a couple commercial breaks, and we will be back. I want to say shout out to the great T-Cat. Y'all keep her in mind in your thoughts. She's recovering from surgery, having plates. She broke her arm and her wrist. But y'all shout out to the great T-Cat. That is the reason why we have our artwork in some of our channels. You see some of our artwork. So we're going to play a couple commercials and we'll be right back. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to T Cat. Get well, T Cat. Get well. We love you.
I want to give a big, big shout out right now. I know she's watching. Jayla. Hi, Jayla. Thank you for watching. That's Lupe's daughter, and she's watching with her. But I also want to give a shout out to Giselle. That's her other daughter. I don't know if she's watching, but still, I want to give a big, big shout out to Jayla and Giselle that they're watching also. Thank you. Oh, she had to tell her mom that she would be able to watch us on TV and bring up YouTube on TV and watch us. So they're actually watching us on TV. Thank you for letting your mom know, because, you have to bring her up to speed. She's a little, not old, just, what did you call it? Lupe called it seasoned. We're not old, we're just seasoned. Thank you, Miss V.
That's great. That's
she
awesome.
said I'm seasoned. She had to tell her mom she could watch me on TV.
That's funny. That is so funny.
But did you want to? Yes, season. See, I told you. Were you gonna show any other clips?
I think we're good today.
No. Okay.
We'll
Thank you so much, though. Even Lupe already, she texted me and she said that you were very knowledgeable, and it's really, really helped her.
I appreciate.
I really agree.
I
agree. You should share your knowledge more often, bestie, and not be so. What did DR call you? Stingy.
Anyways, but I appreciate you guys coming through, man. I really don't like doing this. I like talking about it, but I don't like giving advice because, excuse me. I just don't because I think people, whatever advice is given to those who want to listen. The majority of people do not like to listen. People just don't want to listen.
We do listen, but we have to live and learn. Just like you live and learn too, sweetheart. You live and learn.
You live and learn, but if someone has gone through things that you have not gone through, and if they ask you for advice, and you give them that advice, especially after they have asked you, and you take the time out and give you that advice, and they do choose otherwise.
But you haven't gone through the ailments that I have. Look at what Lupe said. Go highlight. We did not grow up knowing that health is so important. So thank you for sharing your knowledge, bestie.
I understand that. Thank you, Lupe, for coming through. I respect that. I really do. I really do. I really do. I really do.
Roll do. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. And Urban pointed something out earlier. He asked if I ever apologized for not listening to you. So I'm letting everyone know here, I do apologize for not listening. Y'all see his face? I'm apologizing for not listening because it's true, y'all. I'm not gonna say he's lying. He's not lying. What it was the treadmill. And I used to love to incline the treadmill, and I would walk on the treadmill, incline like this, and it was really stressful on my knees. And I just felt, I think that's one of the things that I would see on social media, and I thought that I needed to do this, and he got on to me about that one time. I think we were in the gym, and he says, "You got that thing real inclined," like, oh, y'all. Anyway, so yeah, he has a very short fuse. But thank you. I really appreciate it. I do.
I personally want to thank everybody that sent out super chats, and all of the mods, all of the people that came through. We'll do this again. Y'all be sure to add in your comments, whether it's on my channel or on Joe's channel. Add in comments. Add in some, what y'all want us to talk about in the near future. What y'all thought about the show. Give us your honest opinions, because that's how we grow, that's how we learn, that's how we put our content. You know what I mean? So give us your honest opinion. Give us some questions. Give us some ideas. That's how we learn from each other. You know what I'm saying? So
I can learn more too. So I can do more of these, because I get real nervous and I can't. Anyway.
I think we need to do this more, Joe. We need to do this more often.
I think so too.
So
I couldn't do this by myself. I don't like to talk to myself.
We do this more often. We'll go over gives you more motivation to film yourself, and we can go over the exercises. So
thank you, Lupin. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everyone being here. I really do, honestly. Especially my bestie's fully monetized now, and I'm just so proud of him. I really am. I really am. I talk a lot of mess, but because I have to give him a hard time. But I really am really proud of him. So, because y'all, he really does wear a lot of hats. He has a lot of different jobs. And, he's doing real good. Thank you. Thanks, Ms. V. Thank you for being here. I hope we'll meet Monday. You can tell me what you think. Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Ms. V. So, but with that said, you want to go ahead and.
All right. Well, y'all, if before we end this, if you guys have not subscribed to each of our respective channels, go ahead and subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button on each of our respective channels, go ahead and hit the like button. Like, share, subscribe. Keep your post notifications on. And I appreciate everybody. I appreciate all of our mods. I appreciate everybody coming out and supporting. And that's it.
Yes, thank you all.
Excuse me. I'm sitting here sneezing. All right. All right. All right. With that being said, we are gone, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a good night.
Yes. Good night.